second down, and it's Kamara again. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power.
With a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. The Giants ready to go to work on offense, and leading them out, their third-year quarterback from Duke, Daniel Jones.
And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3 usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Used to have a coach who tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing Jones. And now another one thrown incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Deontay Harris deep for New Orleans. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
To throw again on 2nd down. Winston throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
On 3rd down, Winston. He juked him, and down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the first down with his legs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Yeah, Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed in to those baseball pants. I said, how could anybody bring this guy down?
And that's part of the beauty of his game because he has that toughness, that thick body. He may not beat you sprinting, but he's real sharp with his mind, and he knows how to get away from people.
A run for Kamara on first down, but the running room closes up quickly as he's only able to get a yard there. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 21 carries, 97 yards, and a touchdown.
And give him a ton of credit. He's running the ball really well. But I look at those guys up front. That unit is truly playing as just that. Every move that they make, their teammate understands what that move means and what they need to do. And right now, they're starting to grind it out pretty well.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Here's Winston. Forced out to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Well, their first sack of the game, and it doesn't come from a usual suspect, not somebody up front, but Charles, a defensive back getting in there.
And I can tell you from experience, he's beyond excited to make that play because you're exactly right. Is it normal to call his number to run at the quarterback like that. Usually you're defending the pass, but he takes full advantage and dumps him to the turf.
Winston now from the 50.
The left side complete to Troutman.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Jameis to throw it. Sliding out of the... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? And no one happier to see that than the Giants fans themselves. Saquon Barkley was used a lot his rookie year, 91 catches, which was a record for NFL rookies. That fell off to 52 in 2019. And then, of course, the injury in Week 2 at Chicago last year prevented him from reaching those heights.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 14 carries, 78 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
A gain of 6 there on first.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
Now Jones.
He targets Ingram for another grab.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try and make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 11 now. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Jones.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Working out of the gun, Winston. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
The Giants going to take over again on offense.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
7 yards, the pickup there.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Back to throw. Jones. Jones hit, and the ball's out.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
I know in most cases people think you throw the ball in this situation, and when they ran, it almost felt like a little bit of a surrender, maybe a give up. But I don't know if that's really the case. They might have been probing a little bit, checking the defense and filing it away for later. They might have something working later on.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for New York. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try to make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Winston. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Harris. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 11 yards for number 11. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas.
And a nifty catch there for a first down by Michael Thomas. Still getting used to the fact that it's not Drew Brees throwing him passes. Never really 100% in 2020. Battled some injuries along the way. Ended up only suiting up for 7 games, 40 catches. That's a tough drop because in 2019, had 149 catches, an NFL record.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw there taken in by Smith.
That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. The first down throw for Winston. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. A gain of 6 there on first. On play action, Winston.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 17-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, that's not exactly how they drew that one up nor practiced it, because on first down, you're trying to get some yardage to set up 2nd and 3rd down calls. In this case, had to drop it off to his running back. But, boy, they closed quickly on that one and stopped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Throwing, Winston. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long for Winston.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yeah, so make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
New York ready to go again offensively.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Jones. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Giants on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, Barkley. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 40-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense and Alvin Kamara heading back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time.
And Leonard Williams really lived up to his nickname, the Big Cat, in 2020 with a career-high 11.5 sacks for the New York Giants. Remember, he spent his first 4.5 seasons in the NFL with the crosstown New York Jets. Now he's getting it done, still in the Gotham City area.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Kenny Galladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us, but sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Jones from the gun on 3rd down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
And we always say, and I absolutely believe it, Evan Ingram is a wide receiver in a tight end's frame. 63 catches last year, en route to his first Pro Bowl nomination.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Open man is Ross, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Call it a gain of 5. And it'll be 2nd down. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
And Gano's kick is right through. And that will tie us at 3-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. It will give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield, as you mentioned.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Dexter Lawrence, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. To try again after the sack. Winston out to his left. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he's on to punt for New Orleans. Here's Jackson. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. And the Giants with one final possession here in this 1st half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Jones throw here taken in by Ingram. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
That was was their third sack of the ball game, second in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the second spot pretty soon.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We begin with the big matchup of the weekend. Andy Reid's current and former squads. Kansas City taking on Philadelphia. And it's the Chiefs who are out in front as they move towards halftime. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. From there, we head up to MetLife Stadium to check on the Jets. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Titans looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last. We head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Michael Gallup, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, the combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw there into the hands of Ross. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's a give to Barkley. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play there. Second down. Back to throw. Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. An important play right here. 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Jones now to throw on 3rd down. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Winston.
He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
2nd and 7.
From the gun, Winston.
A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 34-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Winston now. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Leonard Williams in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up. Now Winston. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Leonard Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Looking to throw. Jones. Open man is Galladay. Complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. 3rd down, passing down. They throw the extra defensive back in there for a nickel package, and it worked out.
And it's not anything that you would think is just great strategy. It's just that when you have 5 defensive backs on the field and an obvious passing down, it's a lot tougher to complete a pass. And on that play, they completed it just to the wrong team, and it cost them 6 points.
Will Lutz on for the point after. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Adoree Jackson on the return.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Saints defense getting ready here, heading back onto the field. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing after the interception. Jones
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On the draw, this is Barkley. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long. From the gun, Jones. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And the Saints not only missing Drew Brees from last year, they also lost their top tight end, Jared Cook, to the Chargers. So tight end, it's a position in flux. But that's a nice grab there to pick up the first down.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 38. Winston. And his pass incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. To throw is Winston. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Blake Martinez, the linebacker, was there in coverage to disrupt. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Taken down by Pete Werner. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. A first down carry for Barkley. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. This is complete to Hawkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Right back to Tony. He's got another one.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. This is caught. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Barkley. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. And this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins, and this time he is in.
Yes.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away.
Here comes Deontay Harris from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And a look now at the game so far for Jameis Winston. And what would you say? Is it the offensive line that has caused a lot of this pressure to get back there?
That's always the first place that you have to look to see what's going on. But part of it is so difficult to simulate this type of pass rush in practice because the speed, the ferocity, the quickness, some of the change-ups and how they get at the quarterback that you may not have seen on film, all that is different. You can practice it as much as you want to. You can even insert smaller, faster guys at positions to show that the speed's going to be quicker. But until the whistle blows and you play for real, it's just not the same.
And not as easy to implement on game day. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
So they'll get the yardage on the run and get 15 more for good measure.
Yeah, that wasn't too difficult to spot. You heard the sideline erupting, and the flags came out almost immediately.
So the penalty yards marched off on the face mask. Here's 1st and 10. Now Winston. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. On 1st down, it's Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll look to throw here.
That's caught by Ezigbo.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Saints on 3rd down, just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's Winston. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
They run for the first time with Divine Ezigbo.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt, certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on third down.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
New York's offense back out there and set to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Throwing, Jones. Finds his tight end, Ingram. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give them 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Operating from the gun, Jones.
7 yards, the pickup there. 2nd down and 3.
A handoff to Barkley. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Again, it's Barkley. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Back to throw. Jones. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle him almost up.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes.
Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Now Jones. And Rudolph has it left side. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Here's Jones.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Now Jones. And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down.
Gano's kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. Well, we knew this had the potential to be a tight game, but with less than 3 minutes to play, couldn't be any tighter. We're all tied.
All locked up, right? And this next drive is going to tell us everything we need to know about this game because I want to see how they come out with the football. Are they going to be aggressive and attack downfield? You still got a 2-minute warning to come up? Or are they going to be conservative and try and hold on and maybe just get to overtime?
Winston to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
That one caught by Zigbo, his running back.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now Winston. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Rolling to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to be brought down. And now making matters more dire, this is going to be 4th down.
It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
They are in the 4th in Buffalo, and the Bills have wound up winning that football game. Devin Singletary, a touchdown run to help lead the way.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Possession of the football going back over to the Giants.
Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now a first throw here in overtime. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. On the run, it's Barkley. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
51 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 3rd down, Hawkins. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Here's J.K. Scott now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Jameis to throw it.
Got a man, that's Lil Jordan Humphrey.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards is the pickup, first down New Orleans. Here's Winston. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. That catch good for only a couple. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on second down. Winston. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Lorenzo Carter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll run with Barkley. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game. Trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Ross. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Neither team scored yet. Now we go to sudden death. Next points win this game.
How about the tension right now? It is ratcheted up, isn't it? I mean, now whatever happens, points are scored. That's your ball game. Can't wait to see the defense now. Do they get a little more aggressive in order to not let a team just drive the ball easily down the field?
Got to be careful, though, right?
Yeah, if you're too aggressive, you just give up something easy and cheap. But some defensive coordinators, they'd rather take a stand that way as opposed to being nickeled and dimed down the field.
3rd and short yardage, Winston. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Throwing, Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
He's got Johnson, and the defense here giving him no recourse but to get out of bounds after a gain of just a yard.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Lorenzo Carter able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs rolled around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Meh.
Yeah.
MEH, man. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on